But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Yeah, he can do any work, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. And what, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence, so shows what I know.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson has serious doubts about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez. He believes this matchup isn't in Crawford's best interest, warning that stepping into the ring with Canelo could end badly for him. With Canelo's size, power, and relentless pressure, Tyson sees this as a dangerous challenge, one that might be too much for Crawford to overcome.
I gotta say this, Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do any work, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's... What will he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People thought they were straight like that before. Just say he doesn't have to do.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
This was we used to have the money. That's it. And when I had money, you know, you get a money.
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
Listen, if you have money, you can't help nobody.
David Benavidez sees Canelo Alvarez as a source of inspiration and views his upcoming fight against Terence Crawford as a commendable matchup. His respect for Canelo's skills and achievements in the ring reinforces his positive outlook on the bout.
Racing in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question over here. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's, like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not.
Ryan Garcia highlights Canelo Alvarez's physical advantages, emphasizing his strength, size, and power. He argues that these attributes give Canelo a significant edge over Terence Crawford, who is moving up in weight. Garcia believes the weight difference could be a major obstacle for Crawford, making it difficult for him to handle Canelo's physicality.
That's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. So, yeah, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Last question, right? He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and the
I heard
winners
that.
would fight each other. Is that
I
what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm
What do you
down.
think of that?
I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one, I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there should be more testing organizations, not just one. Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about those bodies?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like, why can't I use another organization, you know? But again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know.
Sean Porter has voiced concerns about how Terence Crawford will handle Canelo Alvarez's punching power. Given Canelo's reputation for devastating blows, Porter questions whether Crawford can withstand such force, especially with the jump in weight classes. His concerns reflect broader doubts about Crawford's ability to endure the physical demands of facing a naturally larger opponent.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. You know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terrence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and we see how that panned out.
Mikey Garcia predicts a victory for Canelo Alvarez, citing his size and power advantages. He believes these factors will be crucial in determining the outcome, with Canelo's physicality serving as a decisive element in the matchup.
Right. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, you know, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66?
Yeah.
Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, you know, maybe 166 max if he accepts.
Yeah.
I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, you know, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skill fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even great for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and you know, at that point it's more of a big fight, you know, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Benavidez or Bivol again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys. Not a smaller guy moving up.
Roy Jones Jr. has praised Canelo Alvarez's skills while recognizing Terrence Crawford's ambition to challenge the best. He suggests that if Crawford fails to overcome Canelo, it could be a pivotal moment in his career, given Canelo's status as one of the sport's elite fighters.
A lot of people are saying, like, hey, you know, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, you know, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight, or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do you got to prove to Boot? Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him. Prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win.
Robert Garcia favors Canelo Alvarez in a potential fight against Terrence Crawford, citing factors like size, power, and experience at higher weight classes. While he acknowledges Crawford's skill and strength, he believes Canelo's physical advantages will take over in the later rounds. Garcia predicts Crawford will compete well for the first 6 to 8 rounds before Canelo gains control. He also suggests that Crawford, having already secured his future financially, may take the fight primarily for the massive payday. Despite expecting a competitive start, Garcia ultimately sees Canelo dominating as the fight progresses.
Bet on Crawford Canelo. Canelo by knockout or Canelo by decision?
Crawford by decision. If you have to bet,
yes.
I say Canelo by decision. Crawford by decision. No, but you say Canelo by knockout or Canelo?
Yeah, no, because I'm saying that's what's gonna happen. Canelo's gonna beat him. But which one?
I don't know, man. Crawford is fucking gangster. I've always been saying, I think Canelo at the end, obviously, his strength, his weight,
experience
probably takes over. But Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford just fucking boxes and fights smart and beats him.
He's probably gonna be 40-1 underdog or something crazy like that, right? It's not gonna be close.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
3 weight class?
Maybe 3-4-1. No crees?
Nah.
It's not gonna be that big of a difference. No.
When you pick the knockout? No, when you pick the knockout?
You pick a knockout. But if it's just
who wins straight out?
I think it's gonna be maybe 3-1, 4-1. Maybe that's too much. Maybe 2-1. Maybe
I don't think so.
Something early.
So they finally announced Ryu's fight. Gary Russell, what do you think? Not easy fight? No easy fights in this level? It's gonna be, finally you guys will be, the first time you're ever going to a Tank fight, right? To work a corner?
We're going to a Tank's fight.
It's Tank.
Promoter Eddie Hearn is skeptical about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, citing the significant weight difference as a major concern. He finds Crawford's decision to take on such a challenge remarkable, but suggests that the physical disparity may be too difficult to overcome.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.